Welcome back, everybody, to yet another live session. It is 10 p.m. Belgian time. I just got out the shower. I think tomorrow I'm gonna take out these braids. I know I've been saying I'm gonna do it soon, but I'm looking like Tweety. Stars on Mars. Why do you have a? There's like an emblem next to your comment, like a crown and the number one. Huh. Man, this timing is the worst. Girlfriend coming home in 5 minutes from girls' night out. This timing is the best. How did your visit with the neighbor go? It was actually really funny. It was great. We had a really good time. She's this amazing older lady, and we just sat there, looked at the view, and just talked for 2 hours straight. Thanks for asking, Teddy Mac. I appreciate that. It was really good. Also, every night I go and do my cardio session in the woods. So I'll hike for like an hour and a half. I want to watch her live. Now I gotta entertain, listen to her. No, man, just tell her to join in. Tell her to watch the live together. How are you doing with your fates today? um, Good. Today it was a bit stressful. I got a lot of stuff going on. As you guys know, next week, Wednesday, I'm having my surgery. And so I'm in the process of getting all the paperwork in order with the Belgian government, with the healthcare stuff, all that. Um, so I basically have to provide a bunch of documents from Mexico to the local government here. And as you can imagine, it's a hassle, but we're getting through it. What's up, Kim? How you doing? Yeah, tell your girl to join Stars on Mars, and then I'll she can ask me. I can confront her without calling me a cult leader. How you guys doing today, though? I feel like Tuesdays, man. Tuesdays can hit hard. Like I had a lot of anxiety today because I had a lot of stuff on my mind that I had to do, and I was kind of all over the place. And then we're also suffering a heat wave in Belgium. Today was 38 degrees, so not good. Like way too hot, which didn't help. And a question I get on here a lot is like, how do you reduce anxiety? How do you like feel better? And I go and walk, man. Walk, walk, walk. That's what I do. What's up, Zero? How you doing? Paperwork, bureau stuff is so stressful. Yeah, it really is. Like they basically need all this evidence that I was paying taxes in Mexico, that I was getting paid in Mexico, like all of these things. And so, needless to say, um, yeah, it's a hassle. I'm flying to Lisbon tomorrow. I'll probably pack like 1 hour before I leave. That's the way to do it, man. Okay, so apparently the crown means top fans. Huh, interesting. But then I guess there seems to be a tier system. I've never seen that before. Um, how has your day been? Yeah, like I said, a lot of papers and forms I gotta provide and fill out. I hit the gym, train chest. I'll post a short soon, probably after this, of my chest training today. I like to post my gym content there. Then I hung out with one of my best friends. I saw his two kids. So just like a lot of this stuff, man. A lot of me being in Belgium is just me catching up. Um, and I came here and I'm committed to having a good time. And Having been a bit homesick in the last couple of months in Mexico, it really gave me ample time to prepare to come here with the right mindset. Meaning that I promised myself that whenever I would spend time with one of my cousins or family, I would not be thinking about the next thing I would be doing after that. I would like, you know, I made a promise to myself, a commitment to myself to really enjoy it and be present. Which country has the most hot women? I would say Venezuela. I feel like Venezuelan women are like top tier. I don't love. I think Colombia is overrated when it comes to women. Um, yeah, in my opinion, I would say Venezuela. Yeah, the gym's a good place to be. Glad you got there. Thank you, Zero. What did you do? What did you do today? What you get up to? Um, you never stand in line to board the plane. Yeah, man. People get anxious. People get anxious and they think they're gonna miss the plane. So they'd rather stand for an hour and a half straight in advance. Don't get me started on Mexican like airports. They have the most random checkups and rules. Latinas, I've had a coffee with Colombian, Chilean, and Brazilian. Mm. Had a coffee in between quotation marks. Dun dun dun. Girlfriend arrived. Shout out Stars on Mars. Girlfriend. Talk to you later. That's too bad, buddy. You're gonna have a blast without you, and you're gonna be sitting there listening to girls' night. Don't talk. You're better off in the cult, in the wounded Viking cult, where everybody has a place. Which country would you never leave again, just based on food alone? Um, I mean, I always say, okay, I would say Thailand. Thailand, it's impossible to find bad food in Thailand. I love curries. I love any rendition of the rice and chicken. So, but I feel like the U.S. man, the U.S. has top tier food. The U.S. just gets it right. They have everything you need. My last flight I took almost got canceled because some woman started fighting the crew because the pilot wasn't a white man. Ooh, what flight was that? What country was that? Yeah, that's something I've noticed about Latin America. Like racism and homophobia runs rampant. It's crazy. It's a shame. It's actually. Hmm. How much time do you spend on dating apps versus real life approaches? I haven't talked to someone on Bumble now in like 2 months. And there's no real, like, not a real, it's not like an intentional thing. I just kind of got sick of it. I got really sick of the, I don't know, of the whole dating app thing. I would say, so in Belgium, I don't cold approach women. I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. In Mexico, I cold approach women. I want to say at least 3 times a week. And some weeks there's outliers, and I do it more. Um, Simon, what job were you doing in the U.S.? I never worked in the U.S. I'm working in Mexico City. I'm a data analyst for um, Google, basically. Are you a gangster? Of course I'm not. Miami to Costa Rica. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine there's a lot of racist people on that plane. I landed in Miami, and he was like, it was the trip I did Miami first, and then I went to Costa Rica. And so he was asking me where I was going, and I was like, Costa Rica. So mind you, this is like border, like, like a border agent, like whatever. Asking, like, he's just asking where you're going. I'm like, Costa Rica is like, Why would you go to Costa Rica? It's a shithole. I just like that's so crazy, man. Like, why are you giving me your opinion? And why on top of that are you giving me your racist opinion? Like that's wild. How long do you plan to live in Mexico City? And if so, why? And what are your future goals personally or professionally that you think you can achieve there versus USA, Europe, or any first world place? It's just like it's easier in Mexico City. Oh, I know. Did my battery just died? Okay. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna try to see if I can give me a second. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm gonna try to put in this other battery. I do apologize for this. Thank you for sticking around. And now let's pray to the Viking gods that this will work. So my camera is working again. There you go. Amazing. That's incredible. You remind me of UFC fighter TJ Dillashaw, just different hair. Yeah, Red Devil. In terms of my plan, how much longer I want to live in Mexico City. By the way, guys, please hit the thumb up. That would be great. You can close the chat box and hit the thumb. The way I feel now, I want to go. I feel like I have at least another year left in me, so until next summer. But I will have to see some substantial improvements in life quality in the next year. Like the next year is kind of do or die. And I'm gonna keep it real. I need to make more money with my job. I might even look for another job, another corporate job that makes more money. The channel has been doing great, and the channel has been making more money as well. So like, I'm heading in the right direction. But I'm to be honest, like for the lifestyle I have in mind, I'm not there yet. Um, I also feel like if I don't find like a real dating prospect in the next year, so until next summer, I'm probably gonna give up on that in Mexico. Like, and I'll probably conclude that it's not gonna happen there. Um, so those are some personal and future goals. Um, the reason I prefer Mexico is because I feel like if you have the balls to move there and to go and live there, you're gonna have like you're already like you're kind of like a unicorn, if that makes sense. It's like you're gonna have more opportunities. There's just not many guys that look like me, that talk like me, that have my background that want to live in Mexico. The best thing about Mexico is that everybody's scared to go there because they think it's this super dangerous place. So if you have the balls to actually go there and live there, it's just easier. Like I would not stand out in New York or in LA or any place for that matter the way I stand out in Mexico City. So I'm aware of that. So yeah, that's why that's what I feel like I can achieve. And just my Spanish. My Spanish is already really good, but I want to make it even better. Like I just want to be like super fluent in Spanish. What do you think of Costa Rica? Tons of Americans there. I don't like Costa Rica. It's nice, it's beautiful, people are chill, but it's not a real place. It's too touristy. It's just backpackers and people on honeymoons and weddings. I wasn't feeling it. Was you a Viking? What do you mean was? When you plan on having kids, like age-wise? Like the next 5 years, honestly. So the way I look at it is first I gotta meet somebody, right? And then I think I wanna be at least 2 years with the person I'm gonna try to have kids with. I think you need 2 years to build like a real rapport, and to like figure out if they're like a good match to have kids with. That's a big reason why things ended with my last girl, like, because I quickly learned that she was not gonna. I would not want to have kids with her. So yeah. Um, so yeah. Hopefully, in the next 5 years, I can actually have my first kid. What's up, Dante? I'm doing great. How are you? I went to Poland as a black guy, and it was so easy to culture approach there than it is in Europe. Oh yeah. If you're different, like if you stand out, like I don't know. I'm very big on competitive advantage. So if you're like a big, tall, blonde dude like me, and you speak Spanish, it makes sense that you're gonna put yourself in a position where it's easier and more fun to approach women. So Mexico fits the bill, which is not the reason why I moved there, guys. Let me be clear. Um, I was just answering your question. Why I'm chubby, there's good food. Also, I'm asking about more good food. We really do love world cuisine. We don't really have another culture other than stealing everyone's best food. Yeah, that's the thing. The US does not get enough props for taking someone's cuisine, making it better. Because you guys kind of do. You kind of do that. Not gonna lie. Did you have the job lined up in Mexico when you moved there? So I went to Costa Rica to check out if I wanted to live there. I quickly learned it's more of a vacation place than it is anything else. And then I basically passed by Mexico City on the way back to Belgium, and I fell in love with it. And I saw the fact that it was a real place. I saw the potential. I saw that it was safe. And so I came home and I just Googled Dutch speaking job Mexico City. The reason I put Dutch speaking job is because I realized that my ability to speak Dutch is my only competitive advantage as it pertains to my ability to get a job in Mexico City. Because if you want to have a job in Mexico as a foreigner, the the companies have to sponsor that. They kind of protect their own people in a sense, which is ironic because there's a lot of digital nomads doing their own thing. But so you can't just like the idea is there's it's like a form of protectionism where the idea is they want Mexican companies to hire Mexican people before they hire foreigners. So what is one thing Mexican people don't know how to do? Speak Dutch. That's where I come in. So that's why I put that in my query. A query is anything you put into the Google search bar. And so the first hit, I applied and I went through 3 interviews and I got the job. I don't play video games. I used to. I used to play Carmageddon, Unreal Tournament 2004. Yes, I'm old. Soldier of Fortune 2, Battlefield 1942. Um, but yeah, I haven't played games in forever. My philosophy is that life is a video game, and what characteristics do you look for in a woman? Emotional intelligence is big. I need to be able to like, and just communication. I need to be able to discuss any and everything with her. Um, Sense of humor, dark sense of humor. I'm a wild boy, as you guys know. I say crazy. I get unhinged. I say crazy shit. So it's important that I'm with someone who can like, kind of separate humor from like, who doesn't freak out at the slightest politically incorrect joke. Um, I need somebody who knows how to handle me, so who knows when to like let me do my thing and like tell me I'm right, but then maybe later on gently check me and be like, "Hey, you're kind of tripping," or also in the right moment push back because I can be very like abrasive and like I think abrasive is the word. I'm not. Hope I'm not messing that up. I can be quite dominant, and I always think I'm right, and I can be quite combative and argumentative. So I need somebody who's intelligent enough and calm enough and strong enough to deal with that and push back within reason. You need someone who can roll with the punches. Yeah, yeah. I did degrees. I'm in the middle of the heat wave, buddy. I'm in the middle of the heat wave. Look what I got right here. I'll show you right now. This is what I'm on. This is what I'm on, baby. It's crazy. 38 degrees. It's 10:20 p.m. and it's still hot. Luckily, we have air conditioning on the inside. That fan is from my upstairs bedroom, which does not have air conditioning. I agree, Tita. I definitely agree. Guys, if you haven't hit the thumb yet, please hit the thumb. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it really helps the channel out. If you close the chat box, you can see where you can hit the thumb. I would appreciate that. Also, if you feel like really supporting the channel, you can click on the dollar sign below the chat box and send over any donation to your liking. Do you think you would be as competitive and argumentative if you were a manlet? Probably more, right? Probably more. Money is tight, but I'm rich and strong. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you, all the people who hit the thumb. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, and also like the girl that I'm be with, I would need her to be like you got to do something in terms of sports, whether it's yoga, running, lifting weights. You don't got to be a gym girl, but you got to do something. You know, you got to do something. Amor fati, Jesus say this. Do you believe in free will? Of course, absolutely. I still got to do that video on Schopenhauer one of these days. My all-time favorite philosopher. Because he always talks about like the will to live and like this thing, this invisible force that keeps us going and keeps pushing us. What was your show? White Lotus? I haven't even seen White Lotus. No, I'm more like I like Sopranos. I like Dexter. I like Succession. That's the last show I watched. Succession. I gotta put some lotion on my face, man. Come to Greece. We have a boutique hotel. You're running it, Dante? It's your hotel? Just say you are now a black pill enjoyer. Bro, I don't even know. I don't even keep up. Let me Google black pill. Black pill. So black pill is the futility of fighting against a feminist. I don't know, man. I don't. I feel like any type of like black pill, any pill talk, I feel like is the male equivalent of like red flags. The way women talk about red flags and stuff. then talk about pills. I don't like that stuff. I don't like any of that, to be honest with you. I don't like any predetermined definition of like a label to box a person in. I think we do too much of that. I think we are addicted to the notion of identifying the enemy and labeling them as soon as possible. And I tend to believe human beings are more complex than that. If you catch my YouTube live at the right or wrong time, you might think I'm an extremely liberal leftist person. You catch me at the right or wrong time, you might think I'm an extreme right person, right leaning person. Like, and then people would put me in the box. And I don't know. I don't really agree with that. It's your thoughters. That's dope, man. Send me an email. If I ever make it to Greece, I'll make sure to hit you up. I really appreciate that. I don't have a pet. I would love to reset my mind and live without all these man-made concepts that have polluted my mind. Yeah, Simon. I just switched from powerlifting 5'5" to 3 times 10. I gotta say, I'm feeling it. What is the ideal rep range for muscle hypertrophy? I think it's less about. First of all, I believe in switching it up. So you never want to do more than 10 reps. You never want to do less than 5 reps. That's kind of the way I look at it. I like to switch it up. I like to go super heavy and go for a few reps throughout a few months. So I'll do sets of like 5 to 8 and go as heavy as hell. But it's not sustainable. And if you're natural, you're also gonna get hurt. By the way, guys, please hit the thumb. We have at least 8 people that have not hit the thumb. I would appreciate that. Um, what's more important than a rep range is the fact that your last 2 reps have to be near the failure. Not real failure, but close. Like if your last reps are not like, "Ugh," you're not doing it right. So yeah, man, like the fact that you're now doing a higher rep range and you feel like it's because your body also gets used to the same thing over and over. Handbone, I see you, buddy. Shout out Handbone, big supporter of the channel. Of course, I will read it, Dante. You have my email address. It's in all my video descriptions. Handbone. Humans ironically want to treat the world and people as black and white, but we ourselves know we're torsionally complex. Makes no sense. It's because of the ego, man. We all think we're special. We all think we're unique and different, but we're all the same. By all trying to be unique and different, we're all exactly the same. Do you regularly watch any other YouTube channels? Yeah, I watch a lot of Bill Simmons. So that's like an NBA podcast. I'll watch um I'll watch Nick Strength and Power. It's like a bodybuilding channel. I like Mike Thurston. He's entertaining. I like David Lade. I like the School of Life. Um, I'm missing so many channels for sure, but yeah, I'll watch a lot of YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premium to not have the ads, so that should tell you how much I appreciate and watch YouTube. Politics are dirty, yes, sir. I remember when my brother ran for student council president, and we ran a smear campaign against this guy in my own year. That's so funny, man. You're at a smear campaign. Mike is a fake natty. Yeah. Mike Thurston is on the juice, and don't let nobody tell you different, man. Don't let nobody tell you anything else. He is very much on the juice. Yes. It's funny how this is still a thing, man. How people go, I'm not sure. It's like, really? Yeah, I like him though. He's funny. He makes me laugh. I like his style. He doesn't take himself too serious. Like he knows exactly what his lane is. He knows what his audience wants, and he's basically like a likable douchebag. And I like that. I fuck with it. I appreciate him. It's in Crete. That's dope, Dante. I've been to Crete. I did the Crete a long time ago. Amazing swordfish there. Man, I should try to make it back out to Crete sometime. When I do make it back out to Crete, I'm staying at your hotel. Yeah, Loki's starting to miss Europe a little bit. Not gonna lie, it is like very much in a transitional period of my life. I feel it's gonna be interesting to see where I'm at next year. There's a part of me, there's like a little voice inside of me that is telling me that maybe my current adventure is coming to an end. But I'm not too naive to admit or realize that that can change so quickly, especially when a new love interest enters the stage. So we'll see. Take it as it comes. Europe is still the best place to live for a family. Yeah, I agree. I agree on that one. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty dead. I don't know if you can tell, but I just wanted to come on here, do a little live, talk to the people. I'm glad I did. Um, if you have a few more questions, I will be happy to answer them right now. But you have to ask it right now. Now is the time. It's going to be interesting to see when they take out my metal plate how it's going to affect the shape right here. Kind of curious about that. We'll see though. Take it how it comes. All right, guys, if there's no more questions, I'm going to wrap it up quietly now. I'm going to have some soup. My dad made some delicious soup. And I'm going to call it a night. Going to check out. Thank you so much for signing in. Thank you for your questions. Thanks for the support. And I'll be back real soon with more live sessions, more videos, more of all of this good stuff. You know, we're going to keep this thing going, go straight to the top. And I promise I'm going to post more actual videos. I don't want you guys to think that me doing these lives is like a cop out of me refusing to create. So thank you so much guys for being here, and I'll be back real soon. Peace out.